Howdy friends, welcome back to the Happy Homestead. I'm Amanda and today I want to show you our first Azure haul of 2022. As you may have known if you're following us at all on YouTube or even Instagram, and if you're not, make sure you do, hit subscribe. We were doing the Three Rivers Challenge, which is like a pantry challenge started by Jessica at the Three Rivers Homestead. And you do that starting January 1st, and then you really go as long as you can. And we made it to January and February without buying, I made it all of January without buying any food. In February, we started spending a little bit of money on food. But this is our first Azure order, our first real big food order for 2022, and it is a big one. I think this actually was our largest Azure order, and not just in volume, but dollar-wise too. Didn't even get everything I wanted, so I hope to do another order next month in April to compensate for those things that didn't ship. And if you've been paying attention at all to things going on in the world, it may be a good idea just to have a few extra things on hand. So let me show you what I got today. This is just part of it. I have so much more than I'm going to show you, but a lot of stuff. So most of the stuff that we purchase from Azure are shelf stable, a few frozen items here and there, certainly some produce as we see fit, but a lot of this is stuff that we can't necessarily produce year-round on our own homestead or even buy year-round from local farms. There are exceptions to that, mind you, but that is usually how I try to operate with our Azure order. Shelf-stable items that we go through and can't really get locally. And certainly we're buying organic and we're buying a much more higher quality product than we would in a grocery store. So I'm going to start over here, and I have two of these bags, and these are 10 pounds each of 100% whole red wheat bread flour. So I normally buy 25-pound bags of whole grains that I then mill in our own home mock mill to make our own flours. But as I was going through, and you can like watch your order until it ships, some things become out of stock, and I was really concerned because a lot of my grains were starting to show out of stock. So I bought 10 pounds of all to be ground hard red wheat flour just so I would have something to tide me over until the next order. As luck would have it, I actually do have a 25-pound bag of hard red wheat, but I didn't get my hard white. So we have plenty of flour for bread baking. And honestly, between this and what I get next order and what we have, I'll probably be good for the rest of the year. So 10 pounds of hard red wheat bread flour. This is 10 pounds of all-purpose unbleached flour. I try not to use this unless absolutely necessary, but it is something that is a staple in just about every kitchen, and it is needed from time to time. So 10 pounds of organic, all-purpose, unbleached flour. I have a gallon of olive oil here, and it has solidified a little bit from being in the truck. I've only been home for about an hour with everything, by the way, so it's still pretty cold and it's starting to get to room temp slowly. But this is 1 gallon of organic extra virgin cold pressed olive oil. So certainly I use that for cooking, but the reason I got a gallon was we also make our own soap, and a lot of my soaps have olive oil in them, so I wanted to get that. This is a gallon of organic white distilled vinegar. Can never go wrong with having this in your kitchen, especially with canning season coming up. I wanted to be prepared. This is certainly a different and new purchase for me. This is 1 gallon of organic seasoned rice vinegar. I find I like rice vinegar in some of our dressings. We make a lot of our own homemade dressings, and I have a whole series on homemade dressings. So click above and learn how to make your own salad dressings. But rice vinegar was something that I was buying in these little bottles, and I was spending a lot on those little bottles. So I just decided to get this, and it wasn't as expensive as you would think. I will try to put some of the prices down in the show notes, because when I say those things, you're probably wondering, well, how expensive was it? So I'll put some of the prices of these items down in the show notes for you. I also got 3 red cabbages and 3 green cabbages. So I think we're going to use 1 or 2 of them probably for cooking, but I also plan on making some more sauerkraut. Now, you may remember from our last Azure order in October, I got 40 pounds of cabbages and I went fermenting crazy. And I made a lot of different sauerkrauts and some curtido. And we actually are only down to about a gallon left. So we go through a lot of ferments with our meals. So I plan on doing this to tide us over until the next fall. I got 3 pounds of organic onions. Now, when we got our last Azure order in December, I got a lot more onions. And so this is a fault of my own because I never remember, I think I got like 10 or 20 pounds at that point. 3 pounds was only 4 onions. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be buying more onions on the next order because these 4 onions aren't going to last long in this kitchen. I also got an entire case of crushed tomatoes. Now, I try to grow and can a lot of our own tomato products, but sometimes I don't get enough yield to do so. So this is a 12-pack case of organic crushed tomatoes, and this is a 28-ounce jar. So these are so versatile, and we use them a lot. And so that last case I bought, I'm down to less than half, so I got another case. Over here we have a 5-pound bag of organic pinto beans. I love to have a lot of legumes and beans on hand. We do a lot of meatless meals and beans are just so good for you anyway, and they're so easy to cook in the Instant Pot, so I buy dried beans. I also got 2 40-ounce black beans. I don't know why I bought the 40 ounce. It's very possible the 5-pound bag was sold out. I'd have to check, but we go through a lot of black beans too. So 2 40-ounce bags of those. This is grits or polenta, and this is a 5-pound bag of organic grits or polenta. And that's a new purchase for us. We don't eat a lot of grits or polenta. So why would I buy that? I want to try something new. I want to try some new recipes. So this was a really good deal. Also, cornmeal. I actually bought cornmeal, this is 5 pounds, sometime last year, and I'm almost out. So that amount of cornmeal I purchased lasts about a year. So I got another 5 pounds of organic cornmeal. This is a 28-ounce bag of certified organic, gluten-free, whole grain, no added sugar, brown rice Krispies. So my kids, I don't usually do a lot of cereals for breakfast, but every now and then it's just an easy, quick breakfast. And as a parent or as a mom, you may know that sometimes you need those. So I did get some of these, and plus I thought it'd be fun to make like Rice Krispie treats and have a much better wholesome product to do so with. So we did get some organic brown Rice Krispies. I also got 3 5-pound bags of yellow potatoes. We go through a decent amount of potatoes, and so this was actually something we really needed, and I'm excited that we have again in our home. Okay, so we're gonna come over to this side of the kitchen. In this box, I have 6 of these Jade Pearl rice ramen noodles. We like to make our own ramen or pho, and they are just delicious. So I got a case of those. I also got, this is a new purchase too, 2 packages of the Nordic Naturals Children's DHA fish oil soft gels. They're not gummies, but they're soft gels. I really want to try and see how my kids like these because I know fish oil is just overall a good health measure. So we got some of those. I also got some capers. I got a pack of 3 of these capers. Capers are one of those things that you don't buy often, but when you do, it can actually be kind of expensive in the store. So I got 3 of these for a pretty good price on Azure. Again, I'll list the price below. They are organic. There are wild nonpareil capers, and I use these actually in a lot of dishes, surprisingly. I use these when I make our own homemade Caesar dressing. Link above. And I also use these whenever I cook salmon too. Soy sauce is another one of those things that you either love or you hate. We have had just regular soy sauce in the house, and we have coconut aminos now, which I like. And namashoyo, organic namashoyo, is another really good soy sauce. But they didn't have that at Azure. So I bought organic tamari, the black label. I think this is a really good one. It's just really good to have on hand, something a little bit different, but a higher quality. I also got 3 cans of organic pineapple chunks. This is one of those things that may or may not have saved me any money at Azure, but it's just one of those convenience purchases. We make our own pizza on Friday nights, and I thought it would be fun to every now and then do like a Hawaiian pizza, so we got some of this until pineapple's on sale, and then I can start canning our own pineapple this year. 2 pounds of transitional raw almonds. Now transitional, what that means is that the almond orchard is transitioning from conventional to organic. And so they're using organic practices, but they can't quite call themselves organic yet because it takes time for that transition to happen and then for them to do all their certifications. So you can actually get a really good deal on these almonds because they're grown organically, but they don't have the certification yet, which means once they do, the price might go up. So 2 pounds of 2 pounds of transitional raw almonds. 5 pounds of brown basmati rice. We actually cooked all of the rice we had left in our house a couple of nights ago. So I'm glad to have some rice back in stock, but 5 pounds may not last all that long. So I'll probably be ordering more on the next month. This is a new purchase for us as well. And this is barley, organic pearl barley, 5 pounds. And I purchased this because probably in the moment that I put this in my cart, beef with barley soup sounded good. That's what I was thinking about. But it was not expensive. Again, I'll put the price down below, but I do remember it being quite affordable. So 5 pounds of barley, it can be used for soup, but it can also be used as a side dish. I got these in my last order in December. They were so good that I bought 2 more packages. So I got a total of 2 pounds, organic chocolate covered goji berries. So good. I don't even know if I shared these with my family on the last order. They're delicious. So I got 2 more of these. 2 bags, so 2 pounds of citric acid. Pure citric acid. A new purchase for us, but you may ask why? Why do you need this? Again, canning season is coming. And so when I'm canning tomatoes, you either put citric acid in your jar or you put lemon juice in your jar. Well, this is a lot more shelf stable and more affordable than buying bottled lemon juice. So that's why I got these. One of the other items, or I should say, one of the other categories of items that I could not get shipped was sugar. I tried to get regular cane sugar, I tried to get sucanat, and I think one other one, and they were all sold out. I did get a 32-ounce bag of maple sugar, which is very good, but this is going to be used sparingly because it's not cheap, but it's very good. So I'm hoping to get some of the regular sugars on my next order. Again, down the cereal path, I got 2 32-ounce bags of Heritage Flakes. These are basically like a corn flake, but they are not made with corn. They're made with kamut, oats, spelt, barley, millet, and quinoa. So a little bit different, but much healthier. So my children will love these as a, again, quick and easy breakfast. Now we come into the pastas. I got a lot of Jovial pasta. If you're unfamiliar with the Jovial brand, familiarize yourself. They are a fantastic brand out of Italy. They have gluten-free. They have a lot of einkorn pastas. It's all organic, really good qualitative stuff. So I got a lot of Jovial pasta. I got 3 boxes of brown rice gluten-free manicotti. We never make manicotti, but I figure, why not? Let's start. I got 3 boxes of whole wheat linguine, 3 boxes of gluten-free capellini, 3 boxes of Eden organic vegetable spirals, 3 boxes of gluten-free brown rice shells, and 3 boxes of organic gluten-free brown rice farfalle. So lots of pasta, but some different types and different shapes to make things a little bit more fun. So now we're gonna get to the big 25-pound bags. This first bag, this white bag here, is oats. And we go through anywhere between 50 to 75 pounds of oats a year. So being able to buy that in 25-pound bags saves us a lot of money and headache. The next bag here is 25 pounds of soft white wheat. And we use this to grind in our own home mill, our mock mill. Like I said, told you before, we grind all of our flours. And we usually try to keep 5 or 6 grains on hand, and soft white wheat is one of them. We also have 25-pound bag of spelt, which is another grain, an ancient grain, and 25-pound bag of hard red wheat. Remember, I already got 10 pounds of hard red wheat flour, and now I have 25 pounds of the hard red wheat whole grain. And so I'll use the ground flour first, and then I'll go through the whole grain. So that covers everything on the counter. There's a few things in the refrigerator I do want to show you. Another one of those categories of items that I had a hard time getting shipped was cheese. I tried ordering mozzarella and I could not get that shipped. And then I tried ordering the Azure Standard brand cheddar and I couldn't get that shipped. But I was able to get the Remineralizing brand of organic cheddar. This is a mild cheddar. I got 2 of these blocks. Each block, I think, is 5 or 6 pounds. And so what I'll do, just as I've done in the past, is I'm going to cut this up into probably 1-pound blocks, vacuum seal them, and freeze them. And then I just pull out a block as we need it. But we got 2 of these. Something else that every kitchen and homestead must have is butter. So I love the Remineralizing brand butter, the same brand of the manufacturer of that cheese. I couldn't get it shipped. It was out of stock. So I changed to the Grazier's grass-fed, European-style, vat-cultured, unsalted butter. And I've ordered this before, and it really is delicious also. So I got a case of these, and I just keep these in the freezer as well and just pull one out at a time as I need it. I do plan on ordering a case of the Remineralizing butter next month too. I also bought 2 packages, and each package has 6 of tempeh. This is a organic 5-grain tempeh. Like I had mentioned, we do a lot of meatless meals as well as all of our pastured meat meals. But I really wanted something different than just the beans and the legumes in those meals. We like tofu, but not as much as we like tempeh. So I got 2 packages of these tempeh. I've ordered this multiple times in the past. You've seen me talk about it. I still love it, always will. That's the Alexandre Family Farm heavy whipping cream. I got a case. There's 6 of them in a case. I keep these in the freezer, and then I just pull one out at a time as I need it. This 6-pack will probably last about 6 months. All right, I pulled a couple of things out of the freezer. So I also got a case, which is quantity 12 of this sweet corn. A case, quantity 12, cauliflower. Really wanted to just kind of have some other vegetables on hand for our meals until the gardens really starts getting up in production. And I also got a quantity 3 of these Organic Valley organic uncured 100% grass-fed beef hot dogs. We've ordered these before and they are delicious. Now, I have to tell you, I'm really finicky and funny about processed meat. It's not something that I really like to buy and have my family eat. Certainly just not in our house, right? However, with the summer coming up and camping and campfires, maybe at out our farm, I wanted to have something that at least we could have and I could feel somewhat good about. That's where these come in. And last but not least, I have them in the garage and they're pretty heavy, so I'm not going to bring them in. But I have 2 gallons of a kelp seaweed fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and 2 gallons of a fish emulsion fertilizer. So 4 gallons total. And I bought those, as you can imagine, for the summer gardens and get all of our plants really good and healthy. Oh, and that reminds me, I actually do have one more thing in the garage. I bought a bag, I think it's a 40-pound bag of Mineralizer for the garden to add more minerals into the soil. So that covers it for our March 2022 Azure order. It really was a big one. I'll link down below some of the prices of things we paid. Let me know if any questions. And if you have not tried Azure yet, click down below and get $25 off your first order. You won't regret it. They are a fantastic company. Thank you for joining me in our Azure haul journey today. I'll see you next time. Stay healthy, stay well. Bye-bye.